snack bars kills more people than smoking. But my point is that I lied to you guys just to prove his point. I spoke with confidence, and for a split second, although you might know the fact, you might have believed in me. Test. Guys, can you hear me? All good? First of all, thanks to Olivia for the great introduction. Appreciate the brief and the awesome introduction. No less, no more. So for those of you who don't know me yet, please allow me to introduce myself before we begin. My name is Rama, and indeed, I was a student in I3L. Not sure if I should be proud or embarrassed, but definitely I'm proud because you guys are a university now, right? So back then at my days, it was institute. So big progress, big progress. Guys, I want to ask you, I wouldn't say permission, but I think I would like to have a poll. How would you like me to run this class today? Do you prefer the lecturer mode or do you prefer the santai chill mode? So lecturer mode is 1. Santai chill mode is 2. Can you please raise your fingers like 1 or 2? 1 or 2? 2? Suka nih gue. Okay. But please promise me, what happens in this room stays in this room. Can everybody promise? All good ya? Ini jadi campur-campur dikit gak apa-apa ya? Karena santai and chill mode, right? So, all good ya? All good ya? So today, guys, a bit of house rules, okay? So as you guys mentioned, kita mau chill, santai. So I'm gonna talk as if you are my student, my actual student, because I do run an education company as well. So you're gonna see how I normally teach. And later on, there's gonna be a lot of interactions. Jadi akan banyak interaksi dengan satu sama lain. So please do not expect this class to be, okay, I'm gonna yap for like 120 minutes, 150 minutes, and then you guys are gonna go out. Nope, that's not gonna happen. So there's gonna be a lot of interactions. I expect a lot of questions, a lot of discussions, and if you guys don't provide those for me, I'm gonna sodorin the mic. So that's what's gonna happen. And another thing, I respect your self-awareness. You have a lot of choice when you come to this room. You can either listen to me mindfully, or if you want to multitask, I don't mind, to be honest, because you know your limit. You know your limit. So if you have an assignment that you need to crunch in, if you have something else to do, work outside of uni that you need to finish, I don't judge, okay? I don't judge. But please make sure to get the best out of this session. You know yourself best, so I'm gonna leave it to you. You guys are grown-ups already, so I don't need to tell you to stop working on your laptop, listen to me. I don't want to do that. Matter of fact, I don't care if you would understand the session or not. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna understand it later on because I'm gonna deliver it to you in 2 ways, both ways, interactively, okay? So, Olivia mentioned now that she's out of the auditorium, so she's not gonna listen. I hope she's not gonna listen. She mentioned that there is no stupid questions, but I do believe there are stupid questions. So before you ask, think. Before you ask, think, logic no? Right. If you ask something that you know already, why would you ask? Matter of fact, there's ChatGPT now. There's Gemini, there's Cloud. Why would you ask me something that's, you know what I mean? Okay, all good, all good. I'm pretty sure that we're all smart here. You enrolled here, so you guys are smart. So we're just gonna have a lot of fun for the next 150 minutes. So let's do that, okay? In today's session, guys, we're gonna talk about the art of influence, how to communicate your ideas effectively. Please raise your hand if you think that you are a good communicator. Good communicator? Nobody? Ini cuman either lu pada humble, atau enggak lu pada emang bener-bener kacau gitu kan? Okay. Anybody joins SEI or like joins events, organizations, like anybody? Event division, logistics division, creative, anybody? Please, higher guys. Your armpits are not sweaty though, so all good. Nice, perfect. Okay, who's the class rep of this class? Class rep? Any? Class rep? No class rep? Oh, major class reps. Major class reps? Raise your hand. I'm not gonna bully you guys, so chill, alright? 2, I see 3. Ada 3 doang ya? 3. Oh, 6. I only see 3. Oh, 4. Okay, cool. 5. Perfect. Okay, guys. So over the past 3 years, a lot of things has happened. So if you took a look at I3L's website 3 years ago, this is what the biomedicine page used to look like. I know you can laugh at my face. It's okay. I would also laugh at my face. Anybody biomedicine, please? Biomed, cool. Let me have a quick poll, right? Ariel, can you help me? Please pass on to one of the biomed student and let's ask them why do they pick biomed. Biomed, raise hand, please. All right. Just pick. Anybody? Okay. Can you tell us your name, which cohort are you from, and why did you pick biomed? Yeah. Is it working, the mic? Okay, I'm gonna go there then. Maybe Livia can help us find another mic if it's possible. If not, all good. Just gonna exercise a bit because I'm feeling under the weather. So guys, need to put the steps in. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Ernst. I'm from cohort 2022. Initially, my father wanted me to become a doctor, but I don't want to become a doctor, so biomedicine it is. Ernst. Yes. Uh-huh. ID. TB is boring.
Now, anybody from tumor biology? Tumor biology? No? Because it's boring, probably. I'm ID too, so proud of you. Anybody biotech? Biotech? Biotech. By the way, this dude is also from biotech, but he's from 2018 though. Anybody? Okay. Can you tell me your name, your cohort, and why did you pick biotech?
Name, cohort, and reason why. Okay. My name is NYC. I'm from cohort 25. I chose biotech because of the bioinformatics streaming, which I choose because it well aligns with my PhD choice, and it's also currently such a trending tool. And I am currently interested in bioinformatics application for polar biodiversity.
Your name is NYC.
Yeah, like
In New York City, literally. No, is this your real name or like your nickname or what?
my full name initials.
What's your name? Yo, clap your hands for NYC once again, guys. That's lit though. To be honest, I don't even know what's polar biodiversity. Like, I think I've lost my touch, but at least molecular cellular biology, I still remember bit by bit, so all good, guys. So this used to be me. I used to study biomedicine, and probably at the time the people were sedikit ya saat itu ya. Jadi I don't know like how many of you guys are here are biomed. Like what's the percentage berapa? But at the time it used to be the majority, but I think it's still the majority as of now. So I don't know why they pick my face because there's a lot of other people's face, but they pick my face and they pick my face. Okay, yeah. But why this face though, right? Like, bro, why this face? Anyways. Long story short, this was my past. But then this is currently what I'm doing. So I run something called Value Creator. It's a consultancy for creator founders. So I help coaches and service-based business owners to elevate their personal brand and monetize it into revenue. So I help people make money through online means, right? Personal brands, social medias, content creation. So these are my speaking engagements. I've spoke at a lot of places, I guess. Organizations, international or national. I spoke at BUMNs. I spoke at private companies, public companies. Where else? I spoke internationally, locally. And not only that, but I help my clients as well. My clients ranges from coaches, creators, entrepreneurs, founders, conglomerates, politicians. So I think that was quite a clean sweep. So we mingle with a lot of demographics, so we kind of know what we're talking about. This is my Instagram. So over the past 3 years, we went from 0 to almost 600,000 followers. This is my TikTok. Anybody play TikTok? I don't dance though. So if you open, there's no dancing. But this is where we went from 0 to almost 400. And our YouTube from 0 to almost 400 as well. And with a total of more than 10,000 students. So that's the stats of my current company as of now. At our prime day, this used to happen. Can you see the numbers, by the way? So in one day, we grew 16,000 followers in a day in that account that you just saw, Productivity Boy. And in a month, we generated 150,000 rupiah. So this was my revenue 3 years ago, my company revenue 3 years ago. Yeah, by the way, I don't work in biomed anymore. So I'm probably not the best role model, but hey, I still make bucks, right? So 150. Kok tahu sih? I thought that wasn't funny though, but alright. Jadi 150 juta satu bulan. This was my revenue 3 years ago. Ini tipo. It's supposed to be 2022. Yeah, really. 2022, it's our monthly revenue. And 2025, it's actually our daily revenue as of now. So we're making 3 digits per day with our consultancy. And this is where we're at right now. This was just last week, yeah, really. This was like, I think, Thursday last week on the same day. So that's just a bit about me. The reason why I'm showing that to you is to probably try to prove and give some data on why you should probably listen to me and why listening to me might be a good idea, right? So those are my credentials. Those are my data. All is public, so you can take a look. Type my name on Google, type my name on the socials. You can take a look. Anything about me. So I'm transparent about all of it. So I work in media and education, as I mentioned previously. And the reason why I'm able to scale my business up until this point, apart from countless failures, failures, what you saw was just a highlight. So I've been running this business for 3 years and we almost went bankrupt twice. That's the bad news. But as the saying goes, when you go down really deep, you come back up even more, right? So I think that happened to me as well. So I work in media and education, and the reason why I'm able to do this, scale my business, work with a lot of high-profile clienteles, is because of these things. These are the 3 pillars of communication. So if you want to present your ideas well, if you want to be able to persuade someone, if you want to be able to talk to Olivia and membujuk dia to, go into your favor or something, this is some of the things that you need to master, right? So for me, when people ask me what's the most important thing in communication, I always say these 3 things. There's clarity, there's competence, and there's conviction. You need to master these 3 things. And today, we're going to talk about these 3 things. We're going to start with clarity. Clarity, right? It's the most important thing in your communication arsenal. The reason why I'm saying that is that when you take a look at this, right? There's only one thing that you need to master so that you can become a clear communicator. And that one thing is actually clarity. But how do you master this clarity? That's the question, right? But when I ask you guys, ketika aku bertanya, kalau misalnya kita mau jadi seseorang yang jago komunikasi, apa sih yang harus kita lakuin? What's one thing that pops up in your mind the first thing? I think I would like to know about that first, because people might have different backgrounds. People might have different thoughts. So I'd like to ask you, when I say you need to become a great communicator, what's the number one thing that you need to master? Anybody? Thank you, man. Thank you. Name, cohort, and your answer.
Okay. My name is Juan. I'm from cohort 25.
Yes.
BT student. And one thing that become communication is more effective is knowing the human knowledge.
Okay, can you elaborate on that? Because some people here might not understand it, and even I don't understand it, right? So, right.
Okay, so basically that we have to understand what is the human nature, like how do they talk, what is their culture, and what is the way that they think. Because every country, like every region in the world, they have different type of mindset, and we have to able to adapt and act like one of them.
Perfect. Guys, please round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Really good question. Really good answer, Juan. So basically human nature. So Olivia, if you want to give points to this guy. This guy answers really good. Anybody else? One more. All right. Can you help pass the mic?
Okay. My name is Reynaldi Suryanugraha from Biotechnology Cohort 2025. I think the one thing that you need to master is that it's confidence.
Right. Why?
Because if you have confidence, even though what you're speaking is not the truth, if you're confident in it, most people that doesn't have knowledge in it will trust you.
Right.
So it's the one key thing to be a communicator.
Right. Confidence. Do you smoke?
No.
Do you smoke?
No.
Anybody smokes here? Yeah, I mean, you can smoke, but outside of campus, lah, right? But what if I tell you, when we smoke, a lot of people, take a look. All your eyes are on me right now, right? I'm about to be set on fire, right? Let me tell you this. Do you know that the mortality rate of people when they smoke versus they eat Snicker bars is actually lower? So meaning, when you eat more Snicker bars, the same amount of Snicker bars and the same amount of cigs that you puff, the same amount of Snicker bars kills more people than the same amount of cigarette puffs. Did you know that? Did you know that? Have you ever read that research? So meaning, when you eat more sugar, it kills you more than you smoke. So why do people don't smoke? Everybody always stop smoking, right? Stop smoking. But why does nobody says don't eat? Tadi sebut merek lagi. Snack bars. Hold on. I'm gonna get to you in a bit, right? So here's the thing, guys. I wanna tell you the truth. Yeah, please pay attention correctly. You guys might know this. You guys might not know this. I mentioned just now the fact that Snicker bars, snack bars, kills more people than smoking. You guys might have believed it, but it's actually a lie, bruh. That's what you're about to say? Or is that what you're about to say or no? Okay. What are you about to say?
Because smoking actually affects the other people more than the smoker itself.
Passive smoking. Nice. But my point is that I lied to you guys just to prove his point. I spoke with confidence. And for a split second, although you might know the fact, you might have believed in me. Probably. For those of you who might not know it yet, right? Thanks. Rico, was it? Or Reynaldi? Thanks, Reynaldi. Confidence, good one. Human nature and confidence. Really, really great. I would like to combine both answers and provide my take on it because I think this is actually the most important thing that you need to master if you would like to become a great communicator. And that is not vocal hacks, not breathing techniques, not practicing in the mirror, or rehearsing 10 times before you can go on stage. Does anybody ever does this? You know what I mean? You're about to present to your lecturer a group presentation, right? 4 people, you know. And that 4 people, there's always one person that's always, beban. The beban, right? You need to cover for this person. So you need to put up the game even more, right? But it's not about rehearsing. And sometimes when we're about to present to our lecturers, we rehearse, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. So, number 1, number 2, number 3, kita bagi-bagi tuh. 1 siapa, 2 siapa, 3 siapa, yang gitu-gitu kan. We rehearse a lot. But if you understand this concept, you wouldn't need to do that because clarity becomes second nature. And what is it? These techniques might work. Disclaimer again, disclaimer. Those techniques previously, these might work. But without this one thing, everything will go to waste. And that is understanding your audience. Yeah? Spot on. Human nature. Understanding your audience. This is very important. Why? The reason why I'm speaking like this is because I'm speaking to someone that is 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old. If I'm going to speak to a corporate gig like this, I'm going to get kicked out. I don't speak like this at all to my clients. But how I speak today is accustomed to how you would normally talk daily. Matter of fact, abis ini mungkin kita bisa temenan gitu loh kalau misalnya gue ngomong kayak gini kan. Because I adjust my language to you because I understand everybody's coming here. Most of you guys are from cohort 2025. It's either biomed, biotech, food tech, right? So understand your audience. Understand your audience. That is the number one thing that you need to do. Understanding your audience. So let's have a case study. This is one of my favorite thing to do today to you, all right? To discuss together to you. I want to ask you guys a questions. In this case, somebody has a fever. What to do? Ya, ini kalian bisa berpikir dari sudut pandang, okay, I'm a biomed student, I'm a biotech student, I'm a pharmacy student, whatever. I'm a food tech student, right? You can think about it that angle, or you can think about it, oh, sebagai NYC gue ngapain, sebagai Juan gue ngapain, whatever, okay? You can think however you want. But I'm gonna ask you this question. Somebody has a fever. What are you gonna do to that person who has the fever? Anybody wants to answer? I don't bring bang bangs or chocolates, but it would be nice to discuss. Anybody? All right, cool. Ariel, can you pass on the mic? Thank you. The gentleman in white at the back. Somebody has a fever. What are you gonna do? Abis. Can you speak louder, maybe?
If someone has a fever, depending on like my relation to them, I will probably change. If it's like a family member at home, first I will make sure they rest and like take over their chores at home.
Right.
And take Panadol or any
Right.
paracetamol at home. But if it's like at school, chances are I am going to at most like bring them to the infirmary and let whoever in the infirmary deal with it.
Right.
Because there's someone more capable.
Yes.
But if it's like in public and I don't know them, I don't think I will do anything.
Just move on with your life, right? Yeah.
Unless I have like Panadol, maybe I can offer
Yeah.
it, but I don't
Fair.
think it's
Fair.
drug from patient.
Thank you. Thank you. Good answer. Anybody else? I want two more answers. Some women, maybe? Tadi Livia mentioned that one of her favorite students. No. I'm just messing around. Anybody? Girls? Come on. If nobody, real, you can take the mic and just pass it on to any girl. It's okay, just pass on the mic just as a sign lah. Tuh ada. Yeah. Be careful ya. No hard feelings ya. Does this guy look like Terminator, you know? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger gitu loh. Senyumnya. Ya.
Well, if it's my family, then I will give them like panel or paracetamol, just like that you said. But if it's my friend, maybe I will bring them to UKS, I think.
Sorry, to what? What's UKS? Unit kesehatan? Or? Okay.
If it's just a random person, then I don't think I will do something. Yeah, just like that you
Okay. Basically same answer. Okay. Thank you. Another answer, please. If it's not your friend or your family or in school or in public, what will you do? Yeah, just someone.
not do anything.
Okay. Just move on with life. Okay. All right. Okay. Fair. Thank you. Okay, enough. You guys don't feel like you guys are being tortured, right? All good, right? Cool, right? Okay, cool. Guys, let's take a look, right? The key word is here. See the red one? Somebody. We need to know who's a somebody because it plays a huge role. What if that person is my 5-year-old cousin? How am I going to explain to her, okay, you have a fever. What can I do for you? How can I explain that to her? I'm probably going to do the same thing as you guys. Tell her to rest, give her like Panadol, the mini version or something, and let her recover, right? Because she's a 5-year-old kid. But the case is going to be totally different if these are the people you're going to talk to. If these are the people that you're going to talk to, you say, okay, just rest and drink Panadol, you guys are going to get. I don't even want to say anything, okay? You need to explain further. Okay, why did you get the fever? Ya kan, gitu kan, selalu kan. Why did you get the fever? Is it bacterial infection? Is it viral infection? Is it parasite infection? What caused the fever? Right? Is it cytokine response? Which pyrogens? Exogenous or endogenous, right? If it's bacterial infection, what are you going to give to the person? Clouder? Antibiotics. Which antibiotics? Which class? Amoxicillin? Cephalosporin? Which one? Okay, amoxicillin. What's the mechanism of action? What's the secondary symptoms? Okay. The root causes bacterial infections. What are the complications? How are you going to stabilize the person? Know what I mean? You need to talk like that to these people, right? They're going to ask you even questions that the questions that I asked just now is like totally nothing compared to their questions because they're going to dig deep until the deepest one. Matter of fact, that's the limit of my biomedicine knowledge as of now. That's the only thing I remember. But if it's them, it's going to be challenging because they know everything, right? Okay, what is the mechanism of action? If it's a viral infection, what's the life cycle? What's the mode of transmission? Everything else in between. You need to understand those things in order to be able to communicate to them clearly. Because why? Every person has a different depth. Every person has a different understanding about several things. If you talk to someone that's not a biomedicine graduate, if you're going to talk about COVID, probably it's going to last like 10 minutes. But if you talk to someone who's a biomedicine graduate, except for me, probably you can talk for hours, right? Okay, what's the origin of COVID? Okay, what's the mode of transmission? Blah, 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 you know? So it depends on who you talk to. It's very important. So the somebody here is very important, which means defining the who is the most important thing when you talk to someone. When you talk to a random woman, nih, ada orang nih, umur 40-an, right? This woman like 40 or 50 years old. Yeah. You met her in public. Nih. Borderline, this person is annoying. Why? Because she cut you in. You are queuing to pay at the grocery store. You are queuing. Somebody slid in front of you. This woman, this 50-year-old woman. You find her annoying, right? You want to curse at her. You want to like, I wouldn't say push her or something, but yeah, you just have like bad intentions to her, right? But then, 1 month after, NYC jadian nih sama cewek, dibawa ke rumahnya. And they found out that this annoying person, right? This annoying 50-year-old ma'am, right? Is the mom of the girlfriend. I'm nggak? You know what I mean? How you will treat this person based on the event a month ago and now is going to be totally different. Nothing against you, bro. Nothing against you, right? Correct. Meaning you need to understand their human nature. Who is your who? You need to clearly define this. Yeah. So maybe when you try to present something, maybe like have your group presentations, your thesis defense in the coming years, you need to know who's your assessor. That's the most important thing. Yo, this is pro tip. I'm not sure if I can tell this or not, but when I was at my, by the way, I graduated with a 3.79 GPA, so I think I'm quite qualified to tell you this. When I did my thesis, a defense, right? It's one of the things that we fear the most because it's thesis defense. What I did was I researched first, who's gonna be my assessors? There's 3 assessors at the time. Oh, this, and this. I know this person is from a neuroscience background. This person is from a business background. This person is from a pharmacy background. My assessor is Richard. My apa sih? Assessor, not assessor. What? My advisor is Richard. So this is my weapon. This is my enemy, right? These 3 people, right? What are the things that are important to them? What are their weaknesses? Okay, if I have someone that is a neuroscience expert, I need to study my neuroscience aspects of my thesis first. Because my thesis topic was about schizophrenia, the pharmacogenetics effect of schizophrenia, blah, blah, blah. Adverse drug reactions, right? So there's pharmacy, there's neuroscience, and there's business. I studied. Okay, why? What are the things in my presentations that are correlated to neuroscience that might be asked? What are the things based on pharmacy that could be asked? What are the things based on business that could be asked? Why? Because I interned at a health tech startup, so that is probably why the business. So I understood all their concerns, all their possible questions, and I nailed the presentation because why? I can answer the questions because I see it coming from them. So it's about strategy, guys, at the end of the day. You need to know who you're talking to. Then you can master the field. Do not study the material. Study who you're talking to. Study who you're talking to. And when you combine it with confidence, as I previously mentioned, things are going to go wild. So the thing is, how can we study who we are talking to? This is the framework. Yeah? You might need to think, okay, who's the name? Let's say the lecturer is Olivia. Age. Do you know her age? If no, stalk her. Gender, you know her gender. Status, stalk her. Where does she live? Stalk her. Occupation, you know her occupation. Income per year, you don't need to ask this. Last education, you know, right? Fill in these things. Why? Because you can position yourself how to talk to her. What are her hobbies? What is her boyfriend's hobbies? What are her aspirations? Goals. What are the goals? What is her value? Is she someone that prioritizes work-life balance? Is she someone that prioritizes health, nutritious food? Is she someone that prioritizes spirituality? Is she someone that prioritizes academic growth? You need to understand her values. And what are her challenges? Sometimes you can help others by being the hero. What are her challenges? Sometimes we might need to think from the other person's perspective, right? At times we might feel, wah ini ada lecture nih rese nih. But try to think from her or his perspective. Because at times, guys, I felt this before. This was like hormones probably when I was younger. I used to think, wah, this person doesn't qualify ya to teach ya. Kayak gitu-gitu lah. I don't know, Ariel, have you ceritanya ngelempar bola? Maybe, right? Because sometimes we feel like there are these people yang unique in our class. These people nih pinter gitu, you know what I mean? Your peers, someone tuh yang kayak IP-nya tuh 4 terus, GPA 4 terus gitu loh. So anything you do, siapa tuh tadi di sana tuh? So anything you do, this person is your North Star. Kalau dia ngelakuin ini kayak ini, you know, kalau dia ngelakuin ini kayak ini bener deh. And sometimes, karena emang ini orang terlalu pinter, kadang-kadang tuh lebih menonjol daripada lecture. Maybe at times. Then padahal nggak gitu at all cara mainnya. It's not like that. It's just positioning basically. So, when things don't go your way, think of the other person. Bisa aja your lecturer, him or her, is having a bad day. Lagi sakit. Or maybe like, I don't know, pinjol, bingung besok bayarnya gimana. I don't know. Pro tip, do not pinjol, guys. That's fucked up. That's messed up. Okay? So, you need to understand what are the fear that he or she has? What are the challenges that he or she has? Right? So that when you talk to the person, you will understand how to communicate properly. So these two things, if you want to take a picture, if you want to, I think your assignment is going to be about this as well. So take a picture, do whatever you want with this, fill this for your assignment, okay? It's going to help you to talk to your counterpart even better, okay? Yeah? So clear communication is about resonance. It's about being able to relate to the person. It's about being able to relate to the person. Can you tap into their personal life or personal values or not? If yes, meaning you can relate to them. So it's all about that. Yeah? So now, we're going to talk about competence. We've talked about clarity, yeah? We understand clarity, yeah? Yeah? Human nature, okay? Good keyword tadi itu. Now we're going to talk about competence. Clarity is about looking good. Clarity is about looking good. Why? Because if you're clear about who you're talking to, if you don't even understand what you're talking to, you will still look like you can talk about that. That's clarity because you understand who you're talking to. Clarity. It's about looking good. But we do not stop there. We shouldn't only look good, but we should also be good. We should also be good. Yeah? Once again, clarity is about looking good. Competence, it's about being good. And conviction is about being good at both. Now we're going to talk about competence, okay? Any questions as of now? Anyone sleepy as of now? Anyone excited as of now? Oh, nice. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, competence, yeah? Competence is about being able to do what you do, is about being able to do what you do in the best way possible. It's about mastering something. For example, if you're a biomedicine major, you need to be able to master biomedicine. Why? Because you are a bachelor of biomedicine. Makes sense, no? If you're a biomedicine graduate or you are a final year biomedicine student and you don't even understand how fever works, like bro, repeat year 1 gitu kan. Simple. Mastery, right? Mastery for me is divided into 3 parts. You'll see. There's action, there's response, there's feedback. Let's have an example of someone trying to learn to ride a bike for the first time. Sepeda ya. Anybody that cannot ride a bike? Cannot ride a bike? It's okay, bro. All good. It's okay. Now, here's the thing. When you try to ride a bike, right? Of course, you're gonna fall, right? Everybody who rides a bike here, have you experienced falling or at least almost falling when you learn? Of course, right? Same thing. So basically, action is riding the bike. Response is when you try to learn to ride the bike, there's of course going to be someone accompanying you, of course, right? You're not going to be let down on your own. You're going to fall. Someone who's going to let you ride your bike on your own when it's your first try is probably, wow, genius, right? Action, you ride the bike. Response is somebody that's giving you, okay. Action is about riding the bike, okay? Response is, can you ride the bike or not? Kebayang ya? Action is riding the bike. Response is, can you cycle and ride the bike or not? Feedback is the input given after you ride the bike. Being good at something is basically shortening the action to response based on feedback. What do I mean by that? When you try to ride the bike, you try a few times. After finally, you will be able to do that, right? So if you're able to shorten the action, the response, and the feedback, meaning you mastered it. When you master something, you don't need feedback anymore, correct? When you can ride the bike, you don't need feedback anymore. When you ride the bike, if you master it correctly, you don't need to think about it. So it's just action. So it's basically shortening the loop where you don't need feedback anymore and you don't need the response anymore and it becomes only action. It becomes second nature. You don't need to think about it. So that's basically shortening the loop. And how do we do that? How do we do that, right? Before we know how do we do that, we need to understand this first. This is what our friend at the back mentioned earlier, right? When you're confident about something, it's very dangerous if we put it in a good way. Why? Because it makes us look competent. But when we are competent, it makes us look confident. So it goes both ways. When you are confident, you'll become competent. But if you're competent, you'll become confident. Kebayang nggak? Why I might look like I'm confident right now? Because I know how to talk about this topic simply, maybe. That's why I'm confident. Staying up on stage, standing, talking to you guys in front of plus minus hundreds of students. Because I know what I'm talking about. There's competence there. With competence comes confidence. For example, have you ever be in a classroom when you wanna when you're pointed, hey, NYC. Kenapa NYC terus ya? It's a unique name, bro. Like it's a really good name. Hey, NYC. What is blah 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 blah? And he doesn't know the answer. Pasti bakal gagap-gagap gitu, you know? Kayak, terus lihat-lihat gitu kan, lihat-lihat. And then when he answers, salah lagi gitu kan, ketawain sama orang gitu kan. That's basically when you don't know the answer. But if he knows the answer, he will jawab immediately. He will answer immediately. That's the power of competence. Because you're competent, you become confident. But if you are not competent, you will not become confident, and it goes both ways. Yeah. So how do we master this? We need to understand something called meta learning. Have you ever encountered something called meta-analysis before? If not, good luck, have fun. Later you will encounter, okay? Good luck to have fun too. If you do systematic review, better pick that. If you do meta-analysis, good luck, have fun, okay? So, meta-learning, yeah? Meta-learning. What is meta-learning? Everybody knows, of course you know. If you don't know, see, keterlaluan. You know who this is, right? So basically, meta-learning is, we need to make sure that you understand the fundamental principles when we want to learn something. It goes the same way with communication, with influence, with persuasion, with negotiation, with biomedicine, biotech, everything else in between. It goes that way. If you cannot see this, this is basically a tree. Yeah. But when you wanna learn something, do not learn the fruits, do not learn the leaves, do not learn the trunks, but learn the roots first. Yeah, get what I mean? Learn the roots first. Learn the most basic things first. If you want to master cell signaling, does anybody know cell? Oh, sorry. If anybody want to master tumor biology, you need to understand cell signaling first. But if you want to understand cell signaling, you need to understand molecular cellular biology. Have you learned that, MCB? Not yet. General biology, you know, you need to understand that first. Yeah. If you want to understand bioinformatics, you need to understand biology first. You need to understand basic computing first. If you want to understand organic chemistry, which is the most good luck, have fun subject for me, right? You need to understand general chemistry first. Yeah. Good luck, organic chemistry. Yeah. So basically that. So do not jump for the last or the most advanced topic. Learn from the ground up. And that is how you will build the basics. Because if you don't understand that topic, at least you can have a good reasoning. Because the thing that I learned the most from biomedicine, that I still use to my career as of now, is basically the why-oriented thinking. There's this concept called the 5 whys. It's something that is popularized by Toyota, right? So when you do something, ask why 5 times. And why see? You mentioned that you want to become a PhD. Why? Okay, why? Why should you look cool?
Because it's just something that I want to achieve. Like I want to have that diva energy.
Okay.
And I think
Okay.
being educated is one of the ways.
Right. Okay. Why do you want to have a diva energy?
Because diva energy for me is just like a pinnacle of how someone actually embodied themselves. How someone embodied.
Okay. Why do you need to why? Why is this mic turned off? Right? Yeah. Why do you need to embody yourself?
Because I feel like when I embody myself, I just feel like there's a purpose of my life.
Why does your life need to have a purpose?
Because
Because he's clap your hands, guys. Let's go. That's basically why you want to become a PhD. It's because he is important and we need to have a purpose in life. And that is your purpose, right? Correct? How do you know that? 5 whys, right? So ask yourself, why do you enroll for biomed? Yeah. Why do you enroll for biotech? Ask yourself. You'll understand that. So always go for the roots, yeah? That's meta learning. It's basically self-awareness. Knowing why we exist, how we exist, and what do we want to become. And how do we do things. One of the most easiest ways on how we want to master a skill is understanding the VARC system. Have you ever heard of this VARC system? So there's 4 things that you can do to learn about a new topic. Visual, auditory, reading and writing, kinesthetic. Here, di sini siapa yang kalau belajar lebih demen bikin mind map? Gak ada. Who here takes notes when you learn? Who here makes... Gak ada lift here. Who here makes summaries from ChatGPT? I do too, so... Who here listens to podcasts or like you rekam the lecture and then you listen to it again? Who here when you learn you need to like pop quiz gitu. Sebelum kita exam lu tanyain gue tanyain lu gitu. Atau misalnya kayak sambil gerak-gerak atau apa gitu. Kinesthetic, right? So we know how we learn best. For me personally it's auditory and kinesthetic, and that is the reason why I'm always moving. Because when I study and even when I eat, which is a bad habit at home, I move. The best ideas that I have comes when I'm having my night walks alone at my housing complex. Best place for me. You need to understand which one are you. If you're an auditory person, do not force yourself to become a visual person. If you're a visual person, do not force yourself to become a kinesthetic person. But what I discovered is that most of us have 2, like the primary and the secondary. So fine, which one's yours? If you don't know how to find what's yours, you can go to Google and there's probably a test on how to find this. Just type in a VARC system and then you can find it, okay? So, when you're able to master something, you're able to decrease the loop. So there's gonna be less feedback, there's gonna be less response, and it's only gonna be action. That is how you master a skill, and that's how you become competent. Okay, so last but not least, guys, conviction, it's about identity integration. Okay, this is one of my favorite topic. Matter of fact, is there leadership camp here still? Leadership camp? So I used to host this leadership camp. I think you joined leadership camp that I hosted in I3L because I used to be the head of learning and development division for student council, and I talked about this concept as well. It's basically the theory of golden circle. Anybody heard of this before? Anybody heard of this before? No? First time? Cool. Okay, so theory of golden circle is basically, okay, itu why, how, what, yeah. So the downmost, after how, it's what. Why, how, what. It's coined by someone called Simon Sinek. He mentioned that when we talk about something, when we try to communicate our ideas, it's always best to go from why to how to what. But most people does it backward. They grow from the outside to the inside, meaning from the what to the how, and they don't even touch the why. When you flip it, you will become convicted. Let me prove it to you. Ada yang pacaran nggak di sini? Anybody? Yang PDKT atau enggak? Oh, mana? Where? Wait, which one? Oh, ada dua-duanya nggak? Is there both or no? Is your girlfriend here or no? Oh, ada nggak yang dua-duanya di sini? Nggak ada ya? Nggak seru. Okay. NYC, because you volunteered a lot. No, I'm not gonna pick you, bro. I'm not. Pick someone. Pick a guy, your friend yang we can do this exercise together. Pick your friend. Anyone? A guy tapi. A guy. Pick a guy. Huh? Reno. Coba Reno. Come up. Tepuk tangan dong buat Reno nih. Come up, bro. Okay, please introduce yourself first ya. Nanti ya.
Okay, so hi, I'm Reno, as you might have already known. I'm core 2025 for biotechnology.
Perfect. So, do you have a girlfriend?
No, saya jomblo.
Okay, do you like someone here?
Also no.
Okay, so now let's pretend you like someone. Just pick someone. Gak usah sampai dibawa ke depan sih. Just someone yang, maybe your friend or someone lah gitu, a girl.
Girl?
Girl.
Okay.
But don't pick her, okay? Tough choice, bruh. Tough choice. Okay, so creative and innovation class session 12 is gonna be the most memorable session for you probably, ya? Okay. Silakan.
Okay, sure.
Okay, what's the name?
Namamu siapa? No, her name is Felicia.
Felicia. Felicia, can you raise your hand? Okay. Out of all, there's how many puluhan, man? Why Felicia?
I'll be honest, I don't know the names of 50% of the people here.
It's okay. Why her? You know at least 50 other person. Why her? Okay. Nggak apa-apa, bro.
Cause I think me or her, I think, and
You and her. Okay, go on.
and some other people in a week.
A week. Yeah.
I guess they're the first people that I know. So
Okay,
it's
first
the
people.
first social circle, I guess.
Kids these days, right? Okay, but anyways, Felicia, ya. Okay, enough of the joke ya. Sekarang kita serius sedikit. Imagine, no strings attached, no feelings attached, no feelings involved. Imagine you like her. How are you gonna ask her out? Bro, trust me, it's gonna be a communication lesson. Okay, so all good. Okay.
I'll probably go haywire.
Atau nggak gini, to make it easier, you wanna ask her out for dinner. Okay. How would you ask her?
I'll probably go to her house and probably
Langsung gitu, out of nowhere.
Hey, the best romance stories are always unexpected, you know.
Okay, so you're gonna go to
Out of nowhere, just go and most likely bring some gifts, some flowers, all that stuff, and then go.
So you're just gonna show up langsung.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ini gentleman ya. Tepuk tangan dulu, tepuk tangan. Okay. Bro, so now it's your time to shine. Everybody's been kan dari tadi kan. Especially your guy friends kan. I want you to pick 2 other guys to go up on stage ya.
2 other guys?
2 other guys. It's your privilege now.
Oh, kayaknya Vito sih.
Bingung tuh.
Alright, we'll go for Vito.
Apa Vito?
Vito, right over there, the guy.
Vito. Which one?
You see the one with the black shirt and beside that guy.
Okay,
yeah,
Vito.
The one that's trying to avert your case. And another one. Okay, sure, Axel. The one, there. The one with the.
Okay, Vito, Axel, please come up, guys. Thank you. You stay here. Yeah, okay. Stay here. Axel, Vito. Okay. Kenalan dulu, siapa tahu ada yang belum kenal bisa tukar nomor HP. Ya.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Axel and I'm from BT25.
Okay. Vito?
Hi everyone, my name is Vito. I'm from BT25 also.
Okay, cool. Okay, now same question ya. Like I asked tadi, sorry siapa? Reno ya. Vito, Axel, Reno ya. Same question that I asked Reno to do. Imagine you want to ask Felicia out for a dinner. Kok kayak gitu ya? Ini jadi stand up comedy gue kan? Oke, mau Felicia atau mau orang lain dah? Ya udah, yang lain dah. Axel pilih siapa? Yang lain. One girl, pick one girl, bro. No feelings attached, nggak apa-apa. It's just exercise. Ini guys, by the way, this is just an exercise ya. Kalau ada yang baper, it's not my fault, okay? Axel, let's go. Your time is yours, bro.
Michiko.
Siapa?
Michiko.
Michiko boleh angkat tangan mana? Michiko. Which one's Michiko? Sebelahnya lagi nih orang. Ntar abis ini satu lagi si Vito milih sebelahnya lagi, lihat aja. Yang lain, jangan temen, yang bener-bener nggak deket. Oh ya udah, siapa pilihin? Jangan Gaby lagi udah tadi. Catherine mana angkat? Catherine mana? Kathleen. Kathleen mana? Oh, Kathleen. Can you please stand up for just 1 second? Okay, Kathleen. Okay, guys, Kathleen. Thank you, Kathleen. You may sit down. Axel, imagine you want to ask Kathleen out to a dinner. How are you gonna do it? Bentar, lu udah punya cewek belum? Ya udah gimana? Latihan lah.
I think I would probably talk to her in person, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
And just,
What are you gonna say?
Like, do you want?
Ajak dinner.
Yeah, like just normal. Like, do you want to go out to dinner with me sometime? Yeah.
Udah itu aja.
And probably maybe watch movies or anything.
Okay, cool. Berarti abis dinner go movie ya. Okay, cool. Cool, thank you. Axel, a round of applause please, guys. Okay, last but not least ya, Vito the legend. Okay, pick another person.
But you are the guest, so you can pick anyone. Okay. I will just try to. Yeah.
Malah gue yang kena prank ya kan? Ya udah lu aja yang pilih real siapa? Yang depan aja deh biar kagak konflik nanti. Yang depan aja yang gampang.
My name is Michelle from BM25.
Okay, Vito, now you know. You wanna ask Michelle out for a dinner? How or what are you gonna say?
Speaking for my experience or just hypothetically?
Terserah lu, bro. Anything you want.
Of course, I'd say that I met her in school. Okay, I will just hey, do you want to go to dinner with me? Because I see a movie like this, those chit chat stuff.
Yeah.
And if she said yes, and then of course during the dinner, I will try to ask for the waitress to help me deliver maybe the flowers or maybe the doll that I bought for her.
Doll.
And maybe
One doll, bukan Chucky, right?
No, it's not. And then probably sing a song in a guitar or something, make it romantic that. Make it a memorable first date.
Nice,
I think that's how I'm going to approach to it.
Nice. Please clap for Vito, guys. Thank you. Okay, Vito, thank you. You guys stay here first. Sebentar aja lagi, only maybe few more minutes. Guys, so here's the thing. The thing that we did just now is a showcase of this, essentially. Tapi maybe it's just more towards Axel and Vito. Axel and Vito mention, Michelle atau teman-teman yang lain, Kathleen tadi, hey, do you want to go dinner with me, right? The first sentence was that, right? Do you want to go dinner with me or maybe watch movies later? Yang kayak gitu, right? So if you take a look at this, that is basically what the outermost thing yang I mentioned. Remember the thing that I told you? We need to go from inside outside, not outside inside. But what we did just now is we went from outside, yeah? What? What kan is the askan? Okay, do you want to go out with me, right? How-nya? Maybe I can pick you up at your house tadi, right? Gitu. Tapi mentok-mentok stop di sana. Do you want to go out with me? Nanti I can pick you up at your house lah or something. But if you reverse it, let's say, misalnya there's someone named Jasmine. Enggak ada yang nama Jasmine kan di sini? Enggak ada ya? Someone named Jasmine. Enggak ada kan? Okay. Misalnya there's someone named Jasmine. We might try to go something like, hey, Jasmine, we've been talking about our assignment for quite a while now. It's quite nice, helping each other out for our assignments. But from that, I see that we can talk about a lot of other things as well outside of assignments. You like anime? I like anime. I heard that your favorite anime is Demon Slayer. Maybe sometime we can talk about it more as well. I happen to be free tomorrow night at Friday, 7 p.m. And there happens to be a new restaurant that opened up at Cempakamas or something. Do you want to grab a bite? I can pick you up at your house. You know what I mean? A bit different at least. A bit different, no? Why? Because we simply went from inside to outside. The why first. Yeah? So that wasn't wrong. That's how, matter of fact, how 90% people do that. And a lot of people succeed with that as well. It's not wrong at all. But if you flip the script a bit, you see the impact kan, the difference kan. So when you talk, when you pitch, we can say that too. Gitu loh. The why. When you try to convince your lecturer misalnya kan, you can tell the why first too. Or when you try to convince the parents of your girlfriend, you can tell the why or do anything with that. But that's basically how we communicate. And this is the reason why Apple is a lot more successful than other laptop brands. In other laptop brands, what do they say? Okay, our laptop is thin. The RAM can process to like up to how many, right? It can edit good videos. You can play games with that, right? Apple twists it. They don't go from what, they go from why. In everything that we do in life, in our company, we break the status quo. We make products that speaks for itself from its design. And we happen to create really awesome laptops. It has this RAM, the features are this, you can airdrop, blah, blah, blah. You want to buy the laptop? Yeah. It goes for selling something. It goes for asking someone out. It goes for asking permission. And it goes even to your thesis presentations, even to your group presentations. And that is how you build the conviction. You go from inside out. So that's just something that I want to demonstrate to you today. I hope you get the difference between going from outside to inside to outside. Always go from inside, because inside is basically your purpose. And we're going to talk about our purpose now. Thank you, guys. Guys, one more time. Silakan. Thank you. Vito, Axel, Reno, legends. Thank you, guys. Thank you. When we talk about a purpose, we need to answer these questions for ourselves. The joke is done. Yeah, the joke is done. The girlfriend, boyfriend thing is done. You need to understand this. What is an idea that you believe so much in life that if somebody else disagrees with you, you are willing to fight or even die for it? Sometimes in life, there are people who say, okay, bumi itu datar. And they will fight for it. Some people in life say, bumi itu rectangular. People will fight for it. If we compare this to the current world, this is probably why we have faith, we have religions. If somebody attacks your religion, you know what I mean? A war might break out for some. So what is an idea? We're not talking about spirituality or religion now, no. But what is an idea, an ideology that you hold so close to your heart? If somebody disses that, you are gonna go all out to prove your point. Tapi nggak harus all out tuh, you don't need to like butcher someone or kill someone, no. But logical debate, you know what I mean? In my case, our value proposition, our company value, it's basically value over everything. That's why we call ourselves value creator, not content creators, because we provide content that creates values. We put value over everything. So value over money, value over reputation, value over everything. That's how we work. That's our one idea. So what is yours? You need to have a purpose. The most important and number one purpose in your life. What is that? So if you don't know what's your purpose, NYC knows. He wants to be a PhD. But if you might not know yet, let's discover it tonight. Today. Purpose comes at the middle. You can see there's traits, purpose, outcome. People think purpose is the most nomor satu thing. You know what I mean? Like, okay, anything starts with purpose. Anything starts with purpose. But what if I tell you something and a lot of things actually starts from traits, not purpose? What's the difference? Example, yeah. You have a trait, which is you're an ambition. So your purpose in life is to make a lot of money. Huh? When you make a lot of money, you will become rich. Kebayang ya? Your traits is that you're ambitious. Because you're ambitious, you have a purpose, which is to make a lot of money. Because you make a lot of money, you become rich. Yeah? So traits, purpose, terus outcome. Okay? So the question is, before we come to purpose, we need to understand trait first. We need to understand trait first. So what is your trait? Does anybody know where does traits come from? Maybe. Anybody? By the way, we are at a few of our last slides, so we're going to be almost done. So if you might want to ngobrol-ngobrol now, it's one of your last chance. Ariel, can you please pass on the mic to our gentleman in white? Your name first, yeah?
My name is Cedric.
Cedric?
Yep. From PT25. And I think where traits come from is, I think it's been debated about whether it being about nature versus nurture. Yeah. About how, whether you are born with traits or whether the environment helps shape your traits. But I believe in both. Yep. that there's a little bit of both. You're born with something, but then the traits that you get as you grow is a shape of how the environment shapes you.
Perfect. So nature or nurture, that's the biggest debate, right? So I agree with that. So it's either two things, yeah? It's either trauma or hope for me. It's either trauma or hope, but these two things comes from your childhood, which is correct, which is your nature or nurture. So it's either trauma or hope. This is the nurture part, yeah? The nature part is the childhood. The nurture part, is it coming from trauma or is it coming from hope? What do I mean by this? Yeah. Let's take an example of ambitious. You are an ambitious person. Yeah. The question is, where does this ambition come from? For some people, kena spoiler lagi. This looks like a black slide, but it's actually supposed to be like someone like depressed or something. So my point is that it might come from a improper childhood upbringing. For example, because sometimes traits doesn't come from good things only. It comes from bad things. Why? It comes from coping mechanism. What do I mean by that? Contoh, when you're young, you might get scolded a lot. Cedric, kok kamu gini sih? Kok kamu gini? Or misalnya NYC ya. NYC, why are you like, take a look at Reno, take a look at Axel. You know, those kind of things. So we get compared a lot. We get compared a lot. And when we get compared a lot, we see that these people that our parents compares ourselves to them, oh, this person is more smarter than me. This person is more ambitious than me. So as we grow up, we see these people are more, let's say, successful than us in terms of academics. Why? Because when we're young, the tolak ukur of success is academic, right? Ambition comes from that. Ambition doesn't come because you're ambitious. Ambition comes from because you are mistreated when you're young. And it becomes a coping mechanism for you to be able to get the validation. You become ambitious. Why? To prove your worth. Because of that trait, it becomes your purpose. And for some people, it's good that they can channel it to something positive. They become rich because they make a lot of money. But what if that ambition goes to something wrong? Get what I mean? It's going to turn sideways. It's going to go south. So it's a matter of traits. Does it come from trauma like that, the one that I just explained? Or does it come from hope? Hope is basically this. Anybody watches this anime? Guys, why are you malu-malu? This is my favorite anime. I'm a weeaboo too, man. Like, why? This is my favorite anime, by the way. So, yes, sir. So, konteks. Ada yang nonton nggak? Serius nanya. Okay. You watch. Nice. Ariel, can you pass on the mic to our gentleman on the back? Can you jelasin what's the scene? What's the scene? Like, why do I say this symbolizes hope? Why? Yeah.
When you say watch, I already kind of forgot like which part. Is this the first part where he joined UA or like after All Might lost One for All later?
Right. Atau ada yang inget banget nggak? Oke, itu yang di bawah. Nah, kasih.
Can I speak in Indonesia or not? No, yeah.
In my class, yes, you can.
It's when All Might gave his power to Midoriya because he trusts him.
You said you were going to speak in Indo, but you spoke in English. Nice one, bro. Nice one. Okay. When All Might
gave his hair and by giving his hair, it's transferring his powers to Midoriya.
What is All Might known for?
Having the
symbol of
peace.
A symbol of hope, symbol of peace, right? So when you talk about hope in anime, it might look like, okay, there's All Might, there's this young kid. But in our general life, hope comes from who's our All Might in our life? Most likely it's our parents. Most likely it's our elder siblings. Most likely it's someone we look up to, right? Anybody, bisa lah. By the way, you can pass on the mic again. Thank you. So, we can operate from either trauma or hope, but when we operate from hope, it's because we see someone and we mirror them. Most likely, if our parents are kind-hearted, we will become kind-hearted. Most likely, if our parents are stubborn, annoying, loud, we'll become stubborn, annoying, and loud. So it's only either these two. Yeah? It's only either these two. And when we take a look at the maps of consciousness, this is basically a concept, yeah. Jadi, on the upper spectrum, it's a spectrum of hope. And in the lower spectrum, it's a spectrum of trauma. The question is it better to operate from trauma or from hope? Hope, most likely. Trauma. I would say it's hope. I used to be someone very ambitious. Until my mentor told me, ambitious is actually a negative word. I was shocked. What do you mean? I want to make a lot of money. I want to make a lot of impact. I want to give back. Why is it bad? Because it operates from here. See? It's here. But when you operate from the upper realm, it's basically peace, joy, love. And when you operate from those realms, you can tap into something that we called these. Have you ever heard of these? Brainwaves, yeah? Gamma, beta, alpha, theta, delta. When we're awake right now, it's on beta, right? You know it? We're on beta right now. But when we're asleep, we're at delta. This is the reason why, have you ever experienced that when you want to sleep, sometimes your brain kicks in really hard and you start getting ideas? Or apologies, maybe when you take a bath, or maybe when you try to ingest something. You experience ideas in your brains because it gives the same effect. Because your brain shifts from beta to alpha to theta to delta. And alpha and theta is the brainwave of creativity. Nah, kayak gitu. So when you can tap into these waves, you can get really good ideas. Your conviction rises, your confidence rises, your clarity rises. It's about mastering these states. So the question is, how can we master these states? There's a lot of ways. The simplest way, do you want the boring answer or the exciting answer? Boring answer dulu ya. Boring answer, you can meditate. Tapi boring right? Boring right? Of course, right? Nobody does that. Only I do that. The exciting answer is that this is the key when you want to present. Yeah, when you want to communicate, when you are about to do a group presentation. Let me ask you this question. When you try to present in front, does your heart beat faster? Agak sedikit deg-degan kan? That's good. Orang yang udah 10.000 jam juga presentasi di depan umum, public speaking, they still feel those giddy moments. Their heartbeat rises. It's natural physiology. So, my point is that if you want to be really good at public speaking, you need to master the conditions. Back again, priming. You need to master the conditions. What are the conditions when you're up here on stage? Your heart beats faster. The problem is when you practice your sessions, when you practice your public speaking di depan teman-teman kita, does our heart beat faster or no? No. Why? Because we are relaxed. If we mess up, we can mess up. It doesn't beat faster. The question is, when does our heart beat faster? I would recommend, there's something called zone 2 cardio. Zone 2 cardio. Do you know treadmill? There's treadmill downstairs. You walk on a treadmill, put it on incline, yang paling tinggi 15, speednya 3. Practice your public speaking at that. Why? Because your heartbeat is at that beats per minute. Ketika kita lagi public speaking. It's either 90 beats per minute or 140 beats per minute. I forgot lah. I think it's around those area. Jadi, zone 2 is where I'm at right now, up here. But the problem when you're trying to practice your public speaking, your presentations, you practice in your kamar kos. You practice in your room, or you practice in 403 or something, you know what I mean? The conditions are different. You might be able to do well. Gak apa-apa kalau mau difoto. You might be able to do well when you practice. But the thing is, it's different conditions. There and here and in front is different. So the key is mastering your conditions where you perform, not where you practice. So that's the key, guys. You can do cardio. Bisa jalan sore kayak you wanna do treadmill. Ya tapi jangan sambil main badminton, tenis, atau pedal, atau golf juga. Because you need more focus on that. Do something that you can multitask. We can talk about multitasking a lot more, but let's stop there, okay? So do cardio. You're gonna be able to access these states, yeah? In alpha or theta, we can connect to our primal inclination, and that is where the magic happens, yeah? So, at the end of the day, everything about communication, everything about influence, it's about self-awareness. It's about knowing our strengths. It's about being able to portray our strengths the best as we can. But not only that, it's about being able to portray our strengths the best as we can, the way how our audience wants. Remember? Let me repeat it one more time. It's about portraying our strengths the best as we can, the way how our audience wants it. If you do that, you're going to become a better public speaker. You're going to become a better communicator. Yeah? So we mastered these three things. Clarity. Clarity is about looking good. Competence, it's about being good. Conviction, it's about being good at both. And when you master this, you master the art of influence. Class is over, and I thank you for your attention.